can take away all of my potential, all of my physical abilities, but it cannot touch my mind, it cannot touch my heart, and it cannot touch my soul. UNYC has conducted this demo speak for the World Cancer Day, which was adopted by World Summit in 2000. So we are here on 4th Feb with the agenda. The House believes that cancer patients need funds, not sympathy.
In the month of November 2015, there was a lady she was suffering with leukemia, and cancer treatment trials was going on in US, and she belongs to UK. So she went there and she wrote her name and her address. After that, they said that you do not belong from US, so you cannot have a treatment trial. So, but the organization have much funds, but they do not have sympathy to her. So they did not let her come for the treatment.
So, is basically when you are talking something but you're not taking action. So it's not just her. She could have approached many other organizations, not the only organization in US, I believe. US is brimming. Around 93% of population, 17% of population in the US is suffering from cancer. Diseases like cancer. So I believe there are many daycare centers for the same. So she could have approached a daycare center and they could have helped her happily.
There was a reason that a drug was implemented for especially leukemia. Our drug name was ipilimumab, and it was only present in US, in that organization only, so that they are going on with the trial. And after she talks with the localization, they told that the drug is also available in UK. There was also an organization, so she went there, and now she is quite well. So the thing is, if you can support him, if you can help her, then why did you not do this?
To go for the motion of neutral, I would love to just say one story. It is a personal story of mine. I had a great grandfather. He was 60 and he was a well-built, he was a healthy guy. But later he was diagnosed that he had kidney cancer. And the whole family almost spent $1 lakh for him in a week to get him treated and to make him better. But you know what actually happened? He wrote a letter and his last will, and he went to a railway station and he committed a suicide. And what actually was written in the letter was, more than spending to me, you can actually have this money for yourself, because you're the ones who are going to live later, because there is no cure to cancer. So he empathized for the family and he took sympathy for himself. That is a point which states where he had money to cure or treat himself, whereas he still had the sympathy that he had for his family. So that is where it goes neutral. He had the money, he had the sympathy, but he didn't lack for one. He had the money to cure himself, but he had the sympathy for his family. That's the one line which I want to phrase, and thanks.
The topic is very, very broad. It's not just restricted to one's own family, it's restricted to the people worldwide who are suffering from cancer. So that is my point. And you mentioned a personal example.
Yes.
I'm just asking a justification.
The justification is simple. What do you say the world? The world is my family. What is my family doing? It is my family. The world is my family. If something happens to your family or this, anybody's, it's my family, man.
As discussed by Mr. Prabjot and Mr. Sanjay, that somewhere some sympathy is important, somewhere funds are important. You know that there are a lot of NGOs who are working for cancer patients, and as well sympathy from the cancer patients. First they need sympathy. If they'll not get sympathy, what would happen with them? They'll feel they are backward people and their life will not come up. And as said by Mr. Prabhu, that funds are really required. Yes, government should take initiatives to improve the levels of cancer patients.
I like the faculties to please give their ideas and their belief and their quotes if they have.
I have an idiom to share here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, cancer treatment is something that would definitely cost you an arm and a leg. So it is something that not everybody can afford. Only the ones who have survived cancers are the ones who actually had some fun. Nobody had sympathized with them and they've survived. It was just the ones who had the funds have been able to survive, and the rest, we've seen people going in front of us. So I think only the ones who have. I still believe that if we are Indians, I am an Indian, you are an Indian, still I don't think so. We say that we are sympathetic towards people, but I don't really think so that we are actually empathetic.
When I say any cell, can you imagine how many cells are there in the body? Maybe any cell in the blood, maybe any cell operating the eye, any cell. And the science, which has advanced so much, till now cannot cure it. Till now cannot say that if this person is going to have cancer or not. So we are handicapped as humans. That is why we need to sympathize. Understand?
This is a demo speak program, which is actually a program that helps the United Nations Youth Community to observe some of the observances of the United Nations. Like for instance, today it's World Cancer Day, so we are on our second episode of the program, and I can say that there are so much potential and so much things to do. There are, like for instance, there are some people who have come here who didn't have any clue that today was World Cancer Day. But through this program, now they are aware. So this is a commendable effort that I believe is going to be helpful, not only to us, but also to the community as a whole. And so that's why I'm urging everyone to how can I say, to help in this particular program, and to help also in other programs of the United Nations Youth Community to participate, because there's so much more. As in, if there is a sea that we have to fill, this is just a drop. So out of that sea, we have just put a drop, and there are so many drops that have to be poured again into that sea.